Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.
Hello friends, I am Praveen Thakare from Zeal College of Engineering and Research, Pune. I am working as a professor in Engineering Mathematics. I welcome you to the lecture series of Engineering Mathematics 1. Here, we will be discussing how and where the content of the syllabus are used, and especially how it is used in mathematical modeling and what is mathematical model. The engineers are very keen in mathematical modeling. There are physical laws or engineering problem or real world problem, and those problems can be represented mathematically, and that mathematical representation of the problem is called mathematical model. And that expression, in terms of expression, we have to model it, and that expression may be made up of variables, functions, or inequations. And the entire process of making mathematical model and using suitable method, we have to solve it. Once you get mathematical model, the suitable method you have to use, and you have to solve that particular equation. And once you get the solution, then on the basis of the solution, you can have the interpretation. You can have the analysis also. And this complete process is called mathematical modeling. Now, here I am going to give you a simple example which you have already done in earlier years. The example is, see, here you might have seen the elephant is jumping from multi-storied building, and you don't worry, elephant is safe and elephant is landing on the lawn, don't worry, okay, the elephant is fine. And I want instantaneous speed or instantaneous velocity of this elephant, or you can find out instantaneous velocity or instantaneous speed at third floor or fourth floor, So what I have to do, I have to model it first mathematically. Here the elephant is jumping from multi-storied building and it is going down. It is very clear when anything goes down, it is because of the gravitational force, and whenever the gravitational forces are there, if any problem is governed by the gravitational force, then we have to use the Newton's law, and you are aware of what is Newton's law. The force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration is the Newton's law. And here in our problem, how many forces are being acted upon the elephant? The first force is the gravitational force, and it is created by the weight. Mg is the weight. And this gravitational force, mg, that is what it is positive, because the gravitational force supports this elephant to come down. It is positive, and I have written for convenience AR. AR means what? It is a air resistance. Air resistance is always known to you because it varies place to place, and air resistance in terms of variable is always given to you. And m is the mass of the elephant, and a is the acceleration, and acceleration is rate of change in velocity with respect to t. Means dv by dt is the acceleration. Now this is the mathematical model. This is a differential equation. We have dependent variable, independent variable, velocity is dependent variable, time t is independent variable, and once you solve this, when you solve this differential equation, then you will be getting value of v, value of velocity in terms of time, and suitable method you have to apply. So that method I am not going to apply, and I am not going to give you solution now. Okay, that will be there in the syllabus. And the teacher will tell you how to solve the differential equation. But in order to save time, I am going to write v is equal to function of t. Means v is equal to f of t is the solution of differential equation, solution of our model. And I want, in our problem, what we are supposed to do, we want velocity in terms of t. That we have done. But for t equal to, for time t equal to 3 seconds, for time t equal to 0.5 seconds, or time t equal to 0.1 second, we can find out the velocity. Means instantaneous velocity we can find out. Okay, this is little bit about the mathematical modeling, this type of thing you can do all the programs of engineering in electrical circuit, in electronic circuit, in computers also. Means whenever rate of change is there, you have to apply the calculus and you have to get the mathematical model. And in order to create the base of the mathematical model, the University of Pune, now today's Savitribai Phule Pune University, has designed very beautiful syllabus for engineering mathematics 1 that we are going to discuss. Before that, the scheme I am going to tell you. This engineering mathematics 1, the code is 1070001. The credits, total credits out of 22 of the semester 1 is 4. The 4 credit goes to engineering mathematics 1. The examination scheme, 2 examinations are conducted in a semester. In semester examination, the weightage of it is 30 marks, and end semester examination 70 marks. This will happen, means this end semester examination will happen after finish of the semester 1, and after 30 to 40 days, the in-sem examination will be there. 25 marks are the term work marks, and the term work marks are fully depend on the total attendance of the students and the internal assessment, assignment, and internal examinations, all those things. Now, syllabus and the course outcomes. Here, the syllabus are splitted into 6 units. The unit number 1 to unit number 6. The first unit is the differential calculus. In differential calculus, Rolle's theorem, Lagrange's mean value theorem you have to study, because these are the basic theorems of differential calculus. Then Taylor series, Maclaurin series, because when you want to expand any function in ascending powers of x, the Taylor series, Maclaurin series are used. Then Taylor series, Maclaurin series are used while solving differentiation problem, integration problem, or while evaluating limits also. This Taylor's expansion or Taylor series is used, and expansion of the function using standard expansion. Okay, we are going to expand in this topic. We are going to expand function using standard expansion. That topic also you have to study. Then next thing is the indeterminate form, because indeterminate form is highly used while evaluating the limits, and there are various indeterminate forms, 0 by 0, infinity minus infinity, and so forth. The second unit is the Fourier series. Okay, this Fourier series it is concerned with the periodicity. Whenever and wherever the periodic nature is there. Okay, rotation of the machine, then movement of the planet, then alternating current. And here periodicity is there. There the Fourier series is used. Now in Fourier series, particularly when any function which is complicated, function you are dealing with the function, and that function is complicated, So normally what we do, we are expressing that function in terms of sine and cos function, and sine and cos functions are very easy for analysis. So we are expressing given complicated function in terms of sine and cos function, where the Fourier series is used. Cos function. Okay, there are many conditions on the functions also. When you expand Fourier series, some conditions are also there, because we cannot find out Fourier series of each and every function. The teacher will tell you when he or she will start the syllabus. Here, the full range series, half range series, Fourier series we have to discuss. Then harmonic analysis. Harmonic analysis, what? It is the application part of the Fourier series. Here, the many problems can be solved using harmonic analysis, but the back end is the Fourier series. The applications of Fourier series in the problems of in engineering that we have to study. Next unit, which is the third unit, that is partial differentiation. In partial differentiation is, everybody knows, because if you know the derivative, the same thing is there. The partial derivative is the ordinary derivative. But in partial derivative, what happens? We are taking derivative with respect to single variable, keeping other variable constant. If function is, or dependent function is the function of 2 or 3 variables, 2 or more variables, then derivative of dependent function with respect to one of the variables is what? Partial derivative. is partial derivative. It is nothing but the derivative. The functions of several variable. The Euler's theorem is very important theorem because the Euler's theorem gives us the values of the particular partial derivative expression in 2 to 3 steps. Okay. Then partial derivative of composite function, total derivative concept is there. And change of independent variable, that concept is also there. The unit number 4, the applications of partial differentiation. Okay, partial differentiation has huge applications, and some applications we have to study. Here in application, Jacobians and its applications. Okay, Jacobian is what? It is nothing but the determinant. Jacobian is a determinant, and determinant is made up of the partial derivative, that's all. And its applications, we have to study. The applications of partial differentiation in finding errors and approximation, that also we have to study. Then the major applications of partial differentiation in maxima minima, okay, in optimization theory it is highly used because partial differentiation is used everywhere, in optimization. So all gradient based method, in all gradient based method, this partial differentiation is highly used. Then one of the method of optimization is there in the syllabus, that is the Lagrange's method of undetermined multiplier. Here we are going to optimize the function. Optimization means what? It is either maximization or minimization. Okay, if you want to optimize the profit, that you are going to maximize the profit. If you are going to optimize the loss, meaning is what? You are going to minimize the loss, like this. Okay. The Lagrange's method of undetermined multiplier, this optimization technique you have to study. But this optimization technique is what? It is unconstrained optimization technique. One function will be given to you, and under particular constraint, 1 or 2 or 3 constants, you have to optimize the given function. Next, coming to the linear algebra. Okay, linear algebra is very important for engineers because nowadays the softwares the people are using and beautiful softwares are there. Almost all the softwares, mathematical software, and the very popular software is the MATLAB. It is the matrix laboratory. MATLAB is the matrix laboratory, and where the basic thing is the matrix. Means everything is done through the matrix in MATLAB. So here in linear algebra, particularly the important tool of the linear algebra we are going to discuss, that is the matrices only. That is the matrices only, because matrices, when the systems are linear system in electrical network or mechanical framework or in almost all the programs, the linear system, you have to deal with the linear systems, and all those mathematical linear systems, it can be handled using the matrices. Many numerical methods are available which are used to find out the solution of linear system, where the matrix is highly used. In matrices, what we have to study in engineering mathematics 1, that is the rank of the matrix. Okay, rank of the matrix is very important because using rank, you can find out, you can solve the linear system, any linear system in minimum time. Then system of linear equation also you have to study. The linear dependence, linear independence of the vectors, that also you have to study. Vectors means what? If the column matrix is there or row matrix is there, the row matrix or column matrix is called the vector. The linear dependence of the vector, linear independence of the vector, it is there in the syllabus. Then orthogonal and linear transformations, okay, because in modeling or in applications, the transformations you have to do every time. Many times orthogonal transformations are required. That also we are going to study. The next, the eigenvalues, eigenvectors. Okay, it is very important in matrices because eigenvalues, eigenvector, it decides the nature of the matrix. Okay, it describes the characteristic of the matrix, and it is used in while solving differential equations also, bending of beams problem or mechanical vibrations problem. Whenever the stability it is required to be checked, the many times the eigenvectors and eigenvalues are used. Then diagonalization of the matrix. If any matrix is given, a big matrix is given, if you diagonalize it, The computational, and if you use the diagonalized matrix, and if you are going for the programming, then the computational time is decreased if you use the diagonal matrix. Cayley-Hamilton theorem you have to study. Okay, Cayley is the name of the mathematician who invented the matrix. Reduction of quadratic forms to canonical form by linear and orthogonal transformation. Okay, that is also you have to study. The reduction of quadratic forms to canonical form by linear and orthogonal transformation, that also you have to study. Okay, the teacher will tell you what is orthogonal, what is canonical form, all this stuff. Now finally, this I am displaying the textbook, and the reference book, So you please go through it. Unit wise lecture we have recorded. Unit number 1 lectures taken by Professor Chandrakant Ghodke, and hope you will get the benefit of all the lectures. I stop here. Thank you very much.